So, are NFTs the best investment in crypto right now? Welcome, guys. David here from cryptotutorials.org. Today, I'm really excited to talk about this subject. This is something I've been putting a lot of my time and my energy into learning more about the NFT market. And I know to a lot of Bitcoin maxis, even asking this question of, comparing NFTs and tokens, it's just not in the same realm. But I think there's some things that are being missed by a lot of people. So I want to fill you guys in and let you know really what's going on in the NFT world and why they're having such an incredible run right now, and what I see for the future of NFTs. So do me a favor, tap that like button down below. Let YouTube know you appreciate this content. Let's get this out to more and more people. The more we all know, the better we all do. Hammer the subscribe button. I've got great videos coming up on some NFT projects for September that I'm watching for, that I'm excited about. So I'll be happy to share those with you, as well as some more tokens that I've been looking into. All right. And let's get those two buttons hit and let's get started. Warning, I am not a financial advisor and this is not investment advice. Seek a professional. All right, check this out. Not too long ago, I did an airdrop. And from that airdrop, it was a bounty airdrop. I was able to get $200 worth of Blocto token before Blocto comes on the market. Blocto is a really exciting new wallet that's going to revolve around the Flow blockchain, where a lot of big projects are coming out. So this is a token that's got legs. It's going to go somewhere, I truly believe. But anyway, so they're offering this really cool sale. And guess what? Here's the timeline, but look at this. It's for a community sale. How do you become part of the community? Well, if you took the Blocktopian quiz, if you were whitelisted as a Blocto user, if you were part of the general public, some people got in. They were the last level of it. But how do you become parts of these two? Well, if you were part of the community doing the airdrop, you would have been in and been whitelisted. You would have also had a chance to take the quiz. And if you took the quiz, you became a tier 1 person. And what do you get because of this? You get a chance to buy more of the token early. So not only did you get some free as an airdrop, but you got a chance to get in on an ICO of a token before it goes public. This is why airdrops are so valuable. Whether it's NFTs, IDOs, ICOs, all sorts of early access is being granted to the people who help build the community around these blockchain projects. So get into the airdrops. Take my Airdrop Masterclass. Getmyfreecrypto.com. That is the website down below. Take this. You'll learn how to do airdrops. Start doing airdrops and you will find opportunities to buy in on early tokens. I'll show you all of this completely free. But trust me, take advantage of this offer while it is still there. Well, if you're really new into this world, you may be wondering really, what are NFTs? The most simple answer is that they're pieces of information stored on a blockchain saying that you own an asset, a digital asset. In most cases, those digital assets are things like JPEGs or little movie files, usually some sort of a piece of artwork similar to these. These are the Bored Ape Yacht Club. We'll talk about them in a minute. They're a huge NFT that's blown up. But they mean more than just ownership of a piece of art. And that's where this whole thing gets really interesting. So why are we talking about it now? Well, let's take a look over here at this article, most recent. 800% growth in NFT sales for August, month over month. Look at this graph. You're talking about a pretty insane jump. Suddenly, NFTs have gone from being something kind of in the background, on the fringe a little bit, an interesting thing, to holy moly, these are a big deal. The money coming into them is insane. In 2020, OpenSea did 21 million in total transaction volume. In the last 2 days, we did 95 million. The growth curve for NFTs is insane. And it's true. That's why I want to talk about them, because the growth curve for them is insane. Now, I know for a lot of people who are investing in crypto, they're going, why would I invest in an NFT? This doesn't make any sense. I'm not an art collector. I don't like this art or whatever. I'm only into it, trying to make money. I'm investing in crypto to make money. Well, trust me, there are opportunities to make money in NFTs. And that's why I'm so interested in this. Now, just to be clear, an NFT is really not that different from a token. Just they call it the fungibility, meaning not an NFT is non-fungible. A regular token is fungible. What does that mean? It means that a dollar is a dollar is a dollar. It doesn't matter if it's my dollar, the one at the bank, or the one that you have in your own home. They're all the same. With an NFT, it's not. Each one is unique and individual. When we looked at a group like that, Bored Ape Yacht Club, each of these has different attributes. You can even go in and see On one of them, the rarity, the attributes. So, 3% have a sailor shirt, 5% have these 3D glasses for their eyes. So each of them is unique. Each one of these is independent, individual, and unique. But what we're doing now is we're actually using NFTs to sort of replace tokens in certain situations. So if you were going to open a new project and you wanted to do regular cryptocurrency tokens, there's a whole bunch of headaches. There's a whole bunch of SEC regulations. You have government coming down talking about how they're going to, tax different things. They're talking about different regulations from this country and that country. And do you have to have KYC and know your customers and all of that? When you sell a piece of digital art, none of that. You just sell a piece of digital art. Whatever happens after that, it's up to you and them, and it goes on. Now, projects like this, like Bored Ape Yacht Club, they are building out an entire community. They've done multiple rounds of sales. They have exclusive areas in the metaverse where you can go out and be a part of their community and go to special events only if you own this token. Be involved in special new drops only if you own this token. Play games if you own one of their, I keep saying token, but it's a non-fungible token. If you own their NFTs, you can do all of these different things. So if you're going to build out this kind of a community, going with NFTs might be a much easier way to do it. Another thing that comes into play, like I said, is that they're unique and individual. So that means that if I happen to own this NFT and I decide to sell it, I may never see it again. Now that helps cut down on some of the pump and dump, at least in theory, and we're seeing it somewhat in practice so far. People are a little less likely to just, run from their NFT when the price starts to shift, because they know they can't get it back. They can't get that exact one back. And people like the things they own. They get attached to them. So I think these are some of the key reasons why NFTs matter and why they're important. Now I want to look at some of the key projects that are out there and do a little bit of the numbers and see how this is driving some things in this market. And here's that site, OpenSea.io, that we were talking about, the one that's absolutely gone bananas. This is the biggest NFT site, although there are some other pretty major ones. This one tends to focus on the Ethereum blockchain. More NFTs are on Ethereum than anywhere else right now. It also handles a little bit of Polygon and Matic NFTs as well, which are starting to pick up because a lot of the gas problems that we're seeing around are resulting from these NFTs and from some of these NFT drops. And we'll talk about that a little more here in just a second. But just go over a quick overview of OpenSea. You got your different markets for different things, art, domain names, collectibles. What we're going to focus on right now is some of the stats and the rankings. This is going to show us the top NFT projects right now. And the number one is this here called Loot for Adventurers. If you haven't seen this, you are bound to get a chuckle when you see what this project is all about. But before we look at it, let's look real quick. Here's the volume, 53,000 ETH. So $4,000 in Ethereum. You're talking $200 million. Just to be clear, this project is about a week old. It's not been out very long at all. It was suddenly just came out of nowhere and blew up, and everybody got FOMO'd and everybody got into it. And before you know it, they were selling for a floor price of 14 or 13. It looks like it's down to 13 ETH. Almost $4,000 in Ethereum, 50 grand each. What are you going to get for 50 grand? Let's take a look at Loot for Adventurers real quick. For $50,000, you get this. I'm not joking. A black piece of paper with a list of white words on it. That is what's selling for $59,127.56 right now. If you want that for $59,000, you can buy a black image with words that are white. Why is this happening? Well, because there's an entire community being built around this. There's some really good players in the NFT space that started this. They're connected. They're going to be building an entire game and community and everything around all of these different things. So if somebody owns this, they're going to own a short sword and the plague root crown of skill and the dragon skin belt and a gold ring. And the community is going to get to decide what this looks like and what it is and how it plays into the game. I think it's a really interesting project in building through community and building from the ground up. But literally, these things, people were minting them for nothing. They just had to pay the gas fee when it first came out. And now it's worth $60,000. This is what the NFT space is doing right now. And it's doing it a lot for creators, artists, people like that. It used to be that when you wanted to, make money on an intellectual property, you had to create Hanna-Barbera or whatever, or Disney, and you had to create characters and merchandise and all these things. This has flipped it on its head the opposite way. You can come up with the idea for the Bored Apes or the let's see what another one of these is that's going crazy right now. CryptoPunks is an old one, that's why that one is there. But Bored Apes are a great example of it. You know, they're one that's really got it going on. But you know, you can come up with this idea for these different NFTs, and it looks like these ones you haven't even gotten to see what they are. This must be a new one. They do this a lot, keep them mysterious until a date when they reveal them. But you come up with this story of what these things are, these Al Capones and this world they're going to live in, and you're going to make comics and games and all that, and you go out and sell these things before you create this stuff. Now you make $20 million on your sale, and you go back and build out the community. And if you do a good job of building out the community, up goes the value of the thing. Another insane one are the stoner cats. So this one happened a couple weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. You know, these are selling now for in the $2,000 and $3,000 range for these NFTs right now on OpenSea. But if you look at this, look who's in this cast with it. If you don't know it, that's the guy running, founder of Ethereum. You got, you know, some famous actors. You got Chris Rock, Jane Fonda, all involved in this project. This is an NFT art project. They created NFTs. They sold them. They're making cartoons. If you want to be a part of it, if you want to watch the show, you need to own the NFT. You want to be part of this stoner cat world, you need to own one of these NFTs. So it's flipped creating and making new art and making new intellectual properties upside down. And like I said, it took away all the problems and regulations you had with fungible tokens by making them art. Another project that I recently tried to become a part of is this one here called Aurory. Now, Aurory is a play-to-earn NFT-based game. It's not out yet. It's got some cool video trailers. It's got a great community. It's been growing and growing. It's on the Solana blockchain, and it's a really, really exciting project that's coming out. So they did an NFT drop. They did an NFT drop earlier this week, and it was the, you know, the skins, basically, the look of your avatar character within the game that you were getting for this. It was apparently no functionality. I think there's going to be some things that the NFT owners are going to get down the road. But these were selling for 5 Solana coins at the time. And at that time, Solana was about $120. It's gone up a little since then. So it was, you know, $600 to get in on one of these. But I'd seen the community. I knew I wanted to be a part of this. So I was there at 4:45. I was up in 5 o'clock. I'm connected. I've got my wallet. I've got everything set up on there, and I'm clicking away, right? Well, let's take a look at where those NFTs are right now. These are the most recent sales on Solana Art. And you can see they're selling for 100. Some of them are even selling for 1,000. Some of the really rare looking ones, 80 for that one. So something that you would put $600 into a week ago is now selling for $11,000 on the low end. Some of these are selling for $100,000 in a week. Crazy 1,000x, 100x appreciation on a project like this one. And why? Because they were impossible to get. Yeah, I was sitting up there and I was clicking the very split second it happened. But between the time that the signal went from my home to the Amazon web server and actually got through, they were sold out. They sold 10,000 of these in 3 seconds. That's what the developers reported. In 3 seconds, they sold out the entire 10,000 of them. They had 350,000 IP addresses on the website trying to get these when they dropped. Most of us did not get them. We were trying our butts off. That's why they're worth so much on the secondary marketplace, because there was a frenzy to buy them. It was nearly impossible. Like I said, you know, everything I had was ready and lined up, and I didn't get one. I didn't get one. But had I, wow. You know, talk about an investment. You know, that would have been an unbelievable investment. Now let's think this through. There were 350,000 people that were sitting there waiting to buy it. Oh, by the way, instead of selling for 5 Solana, they had an error in the contract. You got them for 1 Solana. So what a steal that was. You actually paid $120, not 600, but whatever. Let's think though. You have 350,000 people that are sitting there on this site waiting to buy these the moment that they drop. Each of them has to have 5 Solana plus a tiny bit for gas. The gas is very cheap on Solana in their website in order to have a chance at this auction. 350,000 people, 5 Solana each. Solana was about $120 at the time. That's $200 million in Solana, in wallets, sitting, waiting for this NFT drop. Why do you think some of these coins are taking off and moving the way they are? This project drove $200 million into Solana wallets. I mean, some probably was already there, but an awful lot of people I know picked up a Solana wallet just because they wanted a chance at this project. So NFTs are driving blockchains in ways they never have before with projects like this. Lastly, if you aren't convinced yet, here's CoinGecko. CoinGecko has had an NFT tab. They added an NFT tab. They show the top projects. They show what the floor prices are, what the changes are, just like a regular fungible token, because they see it too. These are not any different than fungible tokens. Well, I shouldn't say it. They're not as different as we think of them. People look at them and say that they're, NFTs and regular tokens are just miles apart, and they're not. They're mirror images of the same thing, but with different properties. So I hope this has been helpful. To me, I think that these are some of the best investments coming around. I don't get me wrong. I'm trying to get in on some early stage buys with some of these, these really cool, different tokens that are dropping and things like that. And I'll keep talking about those. But in the meantime, I've got a handful of these different NFT drops that I think are exciting. And if I get in on one of them, it might just be, a home run for me. So I'm going after some of these. I think they're a good investment in some ways. Do me a favor, hit the like button and the subscribe. If you made it to this point in the video, you probably learned something. I hope you did. I really want to teach you guys, what's going on in the crypto world. I'm going to do some more videos coming up about NFTs. So please, if this is something you're interested in learning more about, do hit that subscribe. It'll make sure you get to notice them. And thank you guys for being here. Have a wonderful day. Much aloha.